Well, I guess we're washing the road now. We're outside. Can you tell? Internet connection should work fine. We're dropping some frames, but more or less. Here, I can move this closer. I can do this. That should help a little bit. In 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today is Wednesday, May 26th, 2021. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Well, why are we doing this? Here, let me crack this a little bit. That may help. A little bit of bandwidth come through. That glass is pretty thick. I've been promising you guys a show on the porch at some point, and, well, we have one. Can you hear the birds? It's kind of ridiculous. This is what I wake up to every morning. In fact, I actually didn't wake up to this. I woke up this morning to a flock of crows, aka a murder, deciding that pulling dead stuff from my grapevines and everything directly under my bedroom windows was the right thing to do at 5 in the morning. Wildlife. Good morning, Stacy. So that's the only thing that ruins the sound. The cars and the trucks going by, people getting ready, going to work. Welcome to my home. My friend Tyler came and mowed yesterday. I just want to sit out here. I pretty much just want to sit out here just until the sun comes over, then it gets hot. And because it gets hot, look what I built yesterday. I've been wanting a greenhouse, thinking about how to get a greenhouse together. That shelving unit came from the warehouse. That's what I used to put shipping materials on. And so I covered it with window plastic and packing tape, and now I have a greenhouse. Done. Now I just gotta put stuff in it. What else happened yesterday? Oh, yesterday was a busy day. I didn't get a lot done, but it was busy. Had a great meeting with Justin of Marshall Journal. Took a look at the current draft of the magazine. You guys, it's awesome. I love it. Maybe that's because I put a lot of work into it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Fingers crossed, I hope you do. We are still on track to have that done in the next couple weeks. And once it's done, it goes out, and you'll have it if you're on the list, you'll have it within days. What else? Oh, then I swung over to Best Buy because my laptop's been stupid for a while. Good morning, Francis. And found something that met my needs for $300. I don't know if you guys have seen in the news the chip shortages that are impacting cars. But clearly it's impacting computers too, because there were very few laptops that weren't open box. Almost all of the new stock was gone. It was really weird. Yeah, so this one was open box and same with $30. Francis says, morning everyone, hope it's a great day for everyone. As do I. Bird, you're being loud. Stop being loud, I'm on TV. Oh, now dogs. There are dogs up there. After that, came home, did some work, and then ran out to acupuncture. Had acupuncture and then came home and built that thing and did some other work. And today's more the same. What are we doing today? Getting the snow tires off the car finally, because clearly there's no more snow. Gotta do that. Got a couple client meetings. And then Andrew and I are talking this afternoon. We've got a bunch of stuff to talk about with Martial Arts Radio. Some ideas for improvement, plans for recording next week. Yeah, there's a bunch going on. So Stacy says, woohoo, the first Martial Journal, a comic I'm a character in. I saw the drawing, it was super cool. I'm a character in comes out, and a scientific publication with imagery I did. June's gonna be awesome. That's pretty phenomenal. Sounds like Stacy is already winning June, and we're still in May. Almost there. I am not going to Memphis. I talked about this a few weeks ago. I wanted to go. The cat is not doing great. So going to Memphis, leaving her with other people when it is, I won't say it's probable, but it's quite possible that she passes. I can't leave my friends to deal with that. Stacy says she's loving the me, and Andrew episodes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will make sure I pass that on to Andrew. It's fun to have somebody to work with. You know, when we do interview episodes, go away, mosquito. When we do interview episodes, it's not about me. I don't get to really engage much. Mosquito. I don't like mosquitoes. It's in front of the camera. Go. Get. The cat is old. The cat is, she's basically 21 and a half now. She's old. And she doesn't eat much. And it's almost a constant effort to get her to eat. And I can't ask people to deal with that. And as thin as she is, she could go at any minute. And I can't ask friends to deal with that. It's just not fair to them. Hey, watch my cat. She might die. That doesn't seem right. Left the tablet inside. Oh, mosquito decided to bite me. No, mosquito is dead. This is the downside. I'm gonna go get the tablet. You entertain yourselves. It's right there. I'll be right back. Here, I'll give you a different view. Watch that for like 20 seconds. It's that. Was it even that long? I'm back. Francis says, the birds singing, pretty awesome. Yeah, I have a bird feeder up, and it seems to help with the bugs. Keeps the birds around. They're around. They eat bugs. They also eat my food. I found, so I think I told you guys a while ago, one of the things I was going to grow this year was peanuts. And, you know, we have a short growing season. Peanuts, you really have to start them ahead of time. And a lot of the peanuts weren't sprouting. So they were out here on the porch. Well, I saw one that had popped up, came through the dirt. I was really excited. And not 20 minutes later, there was a chipmunk in there digging it out, ate it. And so that's what prompted the greenhouse. Stacy's suggesting I raise and release praying mantises. I've thought about that. That's pretty cool. I saw that you did that. That's something I could do. More birds. I like the sound of birds. I like the function of birds. Birds themselves are kind of gross. They're just gross animals. You seem to forget that because they fly. Well, let's see what you guys get me to talk about. I'm not trying to sign in. Let me in. There we go. YouTube app. All right, we have more Medal of Honor quotes. You know, we've talked over the last few days about recognition and heroics and a number of things related to the Medal of Honor. And, you know, it reminds me, I saw a story and I read this, and it wasn't what I expected it to be, but it was pretty solid. And the short version is, there was a gentleman who was the first fan inducted into the NBA, the Basketball Hall of Fame. And you should go read it because it's actually a really neat story. You don't have to care about basketball at all to appreciate it. But what it reminded me of, or I guess what it made me think about, is the fact that you you don't have to be in a position of power or authority. You don't have to do what seem to be big things to have a big impact. Because your impact could be distributed among many people. The rope keeps opening. Stacy says, it was an awesome story and I hate watching basketball. There you go. Your, where's my coffee? Your impact could be all the people that you impact. You know, and maybe that's what's going on with whistlekick. Maybe it's not that I do anything. Maybe it's I reach other people who do things. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm still going to do what I can. Do what you can with what you have where you're at. Ah, bugs. I may not make it. We'll see. Bugs are distracting. But the point is, when we think about being honored, when we think about being heroic, when we think about being recognized, I think all too often we think of individual grand events. When I think much of the time it is the frequent mild events that have the bigger change, the bigger impact. So pardon me as I swap bugs. So we have some quotes from Medal of Honor recipients. No matter how difficult it seems at the time, it's easier to do the right thing than spend a lifetime regretting that you didn't. This one. Robert O'Malley, Marine Corps, Vietnam. No matter how difficult it seems at the time, it's easier to do the right thing than spend a lifetime regretting that you didn't. We all have regrets. Hopefully not too many. I've got a few. And in almost every case, I regret things I didn't do, not things that I did. The things that I did that I, maybe wish I hadn't, I learned from. So there's some value there. But there are things that I didn't do that I could have done. Things I could have said, people I could have met, actions I could have taken. And I think part of being a hero, I think, whatever the criteria for this medal is, if I was to develop criteria, I think that would have to be part of it. That the thing you did was hard to do. The thing you did was something that if you didn't do it, nobody was going to fault you. It's the idea of running into a burning building. It's such a cliche, but it happens. Running into a burning building to save someone when there's no guarantee you're going to make it out. People aren't going to fault you for not risking your life in an improbable, with an improbable chance of success. People aren't going to hate you for not doing that. But you do it, and that's where the heroics come in. Being a hero means you didn't have to do it. My Medal of Honor should be shared with all my shipmates. Oh, this guy's got a great name. Richard M. McCool, Navy, World War II. I don't know what to say to that one. I would imagine that many of the people, maybe even all of them, feel something similar, that they weren't alone in the action that they took, that the honor doesn't belong solely to them, etc. It's a big bug. None of us get where we are individually, do we? We all have people that help. We all have people who assist us somewhere along the way. And I think acknowledging that, being grateful for that, I think that's important. One more. Life on this earth is short but precious. Strive to do good for others and enjoy doing it. Joseph C. Rodriguez, Army, Korean War. Strive to do good for others. I've spent a lot of time thinking and writing philosophy stuff lately. I shouldn't say a lot, some. And what I keep coming back to is the importance of gratitude, the value of recognizing that we're not alone. We're part of groups, however you want to look at it. You know, whether you're part of a martial arts group or a family or whatever. You know, we're part of these things. We're part of these collections of people. And there's a privilege in that, and there's a responsibility in that. If you're a martial arts instructor, you probably feel some responsibility for teaching your students, for helping them reach their goals, for being the best they can, whatever, something like that. But you probably also feel a privilege in that. If you're a martial arts student, hopefully you feel privileged that you get to learn martial arts from someone who put in a significant amount of time to learn it so they could teach it to you. And there's a responsibility, of course, as a student. And I think when we start to look at the interconnections of all these things, of how we're connected and our responsibilities and our privileges connect to the responsibilities and privileges of others, we start to see that, you know, it's this big multi-dimensional chain. We're all connected. And on days where, you know, maybe I'm feeling bummed out, a little lonely, I find that to be helpful. As martial artists, we tend to stick together. You know, we may fight with each other, literally, figuratively, philosophically. We hold each other accountable, sometimes not in the kindest way. But we share something. We share something really powerful. And I think the best indication of that is if you're ever at a social event and you find out that somebody else trains, that's who you're talking to the rest of the night. Oh, you do karate? I do Tai Chi. Let's talk. If it's a wedding, you end up around the side of the building, sparring. I don't think I've ever sparred at a wedding. I've done capoeira at weddings. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy the view. Here, I'll give you a little bit of a tour to end. All right, so up there, there's a road that goes by when I talk about the road that FedEx and UPS are delivering late at night. That's that road. Runs the whole length, but you can only see it up there. There's a second well in the corner of that property. That's pretty much the edge of my property. That's the side of the warehouse. That's a new garden bed. All along the back, those are almost exclusively apple trees. And that's what I'm going to be able to show you today. Now I have like 3 bugs sitting on me, so we're going to call that. We're going to call it good. I will not do this every morning. I like being able to sit on the couch and just kind of plop. And the cat likes sitting on my lap. I'm not putting her out here. She's not an outside cat. And the bugs are starting to drive me crazy. I hope you have a good day. I hope whatever you do, it's good, it's fun, productive. Hope you train. Hope you leave me some comments or some questions or something for tomorrow. Do it in the comment section once the show closes. And I hope to see you tomorrow. 6:30 U.S. Eastern Time, AM. Remember, you can get this mug and other stuff at whistlekick.com. Use the code FIRSTCUP15. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Take Take care.